Hello again. It is I, Tenisha Renee, and I am back again, as promised, to read you the first chapter of my novel, Descendants of the Veil. So here's my cover again, and you can find it on Google, Barnes & Noble, Page Publishing, anywhere you can buy a book. Kindle, it's there. Okay? Great. So get comfortable, and without further ado, the intro. Seer, one who predicts the future, a clairvoyant, or a prophet. Chapter 1, Unveiling Una. Legends say that the first seer ever born was a princess, and that on the day Una was born, she was delivered into the world by her own mother. No one had ever witnessed a birth like the one they would see that day, and because of it, even the birthing maids refused to assist the queen. Una's teeny body was first preceded by a bloody sack of liquid that emerged from Queen Parialia's womb long before Una herself could be seen. And as all stood by, trembling in fright, it was Parialia herself who reached down and ruptured the sack that concealed her newborn daughter. She peeled off the thin veil of flesh that covered the baby's teeny body and face, and all at once, Una opened up her eyes. From the moment Una's caramel brown skin was exposed, it seemed to hold its own gleam. The short black mass of kinky curls that curtained the edges of her face matched the jet black shade of her mother's. Her large ears protruded from the sides of her head like her father's, accenting her delicate button nose, full lips, and rounded chin. But it was Una's large, almond-shaped brown eyes that made her so irresistibly enchanting. Rumors were later spread by the birthing maids that Queen Parialia was a sorceress after she was seen gathering up the shroud of skin she had removed from Una. She never explained what she was doing with it, and it was never seen again. As an infant, Una's mystic gazes and foreign baby gibber caused the most stubborn of men to confess their deepest secrets to her. From the moment she took her first step, she exhibited the independent air of one wise beyond her age by quickly mastering all that she was taught. It was not long before people began to question the abilities that the young princess demonstrated. Her servants were the first to circulate the stories of how she could make the ground shake with her screams, or about how no thunder was ever heard when she was found up alone at night, watching the lightning as it flashed above her window. Many found it curious that the most ferocious of the king's hounds would only wag their tails and expose their bellies upon Una's approach. Constantly, she mysteriously managed to escape the looming figures of her guards and was often seen carelessly roaming the castle grounds without them. The first time she saved her father's life, it was considered a miracle from the Orisha gods that she did what she did. By her third prediction of future chaos, she would have the entire royal court's attention and come to be revered not only as a princess, but as an Orisha herself. She was only 3 years old then, and usually just as aimless as any child her age. But that day was different. Early one morning, just as the first rays of the sun peeked into his room, King Taurus awoke suddenly and found Una standing beside his bed, watching him as he slumbered. Startled, he gave a strangled shout and stirred Parialia, who lay softly snoring beside him. As his mind began to register that the miniature figure before him was his daughter, he began to ponder how she could have gotten past not only her very own guards, but his as well. Before he could inquire upon Una, he heard Parialia say, "Una, Mandalania, I'm here. Are you okay?" Instead of going to her mother, she crawled upon her father's lap and said, "No water for Da."